ship's engine making a strange noise earlier. Mind if I check it out sometime?
I didn't know you knew anything about engines.
Yeah, I've lived on ships most of my life. You don't do that without picking up something. I'm no expert, but a buddy of mine back before the war taught me most of what I know. Carl Norn, best technician I knew. Worst card player. Could never see when the deck was stacked against him. And it always was.
Was this one of your pirate friends?
My old man ran a shop on one of those planets people only visit if they break down or if they're running from something. Carl stumbled in on a tin can held together by sheer willpower, and the skills of the best mechanic in the galaxy. Made me first mate after the war, on a ship called the Bloodshot Ranker. I learned a lot before he gambled the ship away. But you're sick of hearing me jabber, huh? Engine's fixed. Looks like we took on some rock on one of our last jumps. Nothing big. Reminds me of the time I took the Sky Princess through an asteroid field. Ship mechanics were furious. Cleaned rock out of our engines for weeks. Had to replace one of the rears, it was so badly damaged.
What were you doing in an asteroid field?
Dodging the enforcers. When you got a fleet of Republic ships on your tail, you take whatever cover you can find. Rocks don't have cannons. Besides, what's life without a little risk, huh? That's why I became a pirate. The risk, the reward, the freedom.
Perhaps I should take up piracy then. The Sith have too many rules.
I think you'd be one of the best. Galaxy's only Sith pirate.
Thanaton, I believe we spoke once before. I hope you've settled into your new role. Your brief career has been of great interest to me, and with Darth Zash dead, I think it's time we finally met. If you'll be taking up Zash's work, we have much to discuss. Meet me at the tomb of Darth Andrew, outside Kaas City.
This doesn't sound promising.
Forgive me, I lack Zash's natural charm. Trust me when I say, I look forward to meeting you.
Something about that Thanaton guy rubs me wrong.
Your pirate friend has good instincts. Thanaton had me confined to Dromund Kaas when we killed Scotia, and he'd have done worse if he'd had proof. He's not to be trifled with. Be careful.
Thank you for meeting me here. Respect for her superiors is the mark of a good Sith. Of course, Zash would have did disagree with me passionately on that point, but then Zash never respected tradition.
Did you call me here just to talk philosophy?
Philosophy gives structure to the delicately ordered chaos of our empire. Tradition, principles, history, the threads that compose our society. Zash refused to acknowledge how one little tug could ruin the whole tapestry. Your work was sloppy, brazen even, but the news of her murder was sweet.
I did my best to clean up the bloodstains.
I speak in all seriousness. Too many people saw you enter the Dark Temple. I trust you'll be more careful in the future. Nevertheless, we're here to talk about you, not Zash. You have demonstrated remarkable ability. Though I am a stricter master than Zash, I think you'll find that to loyal followers of our traditions, I am not ungenerous.
So, if I agree to your every whim, you might not kill me.
Suspicion can be a form of wisdom, as long as it doesn't lead to disrespect. Now, I wish to see how you work. This tomb belonged to Darth Andrew, Sith scholar and alchemist. I'm interested in his last writings, which were buried with him. Recover them for me, and we will discuss your place in my power structure.
Toothed vipers always slithering, up the walls, along the floors. Trespasser. You'll not have it. It's mine. It's the last place in the galaxy that's mine.
I just want the writings.
Never satisfied are you, my apprentice? The poison's still fresh in my body. You defile my tomb. You and your brother both. The venom may have burned away my sight, but I know you. Don't make my mistake. Strangle your children at birth.
I'm sorry your offspring murdered you. But strangling all children may not be the solution.
Solution? Death is the only solution for vipers like you.
Still inhabited tomb of a Sith Lord, unprepared. Look around you. See the bones, the tattered robes. This is where Thanaton leads those he despises to death. You follow him blindly when you should plan to defeat him.
Did you have a scheme in mind?
Listen, flesh of my flesh. I have felt something in you since the day we met. You have a rare pull among ghosts. It's a source of great power, but it has destroyed many a Sith. It's your only chance against Thanaton.
What do you mean I have a pull on the dead?
They sense you from far away as I did. And you rouse strong emotions in them, as with this ghost. In my time, there were mystical movements among the Sith that sought to communicate with ghosts and harness their power. A Sith named Urgast was said to devour ghosts the way your Dashad devours Force users. His knowledge was buried with him near the Dark Temple. Seek this knowledge.
I don't see how this ritual will save me from Thanaton.
Thanaton wants you dead. Defeating this ghost will not only get you the writings, but also give you immense power. Don't make me remind you again that you are the last hope of our lineage. You must augment your power before you face Thanaton. I will not have the strength to defend you again.
Who stands before me, and what do you wish to learn?
Teach me the ritual that allows me to devour the dead.
There is no such ritual. The dead cannot be consumed. But ghosts may be bound and their strength borrowed for a time. You must pull on the tether that connects life and death. You must learn to bind both sides of the Force, life and death, in what is known as the Force Walk.
Sounds easy. Where do I start?
Easy it is not. Know to the bones that lay around you. Not everyone is able to master the ritual of Force Walking. But if you are willing, drink from the cup before me. It is poison, but it will not kill you. Drunk? Good. The poison will take effect quickly. Then you may learn the ritual of the Force Walk. Now that you are unconscious when they begin. The ritual has two parts. First is the pacification. An angry ghost cannot be tethered. The second part is the binding. A willing ghost is easier to bind, but by leaving the ghost its will, you draw less of his power. A pact may be formed to bind the ghost willingly, sealed with blood, or the ritual of binding may be performed. Good. You're a quick learner. It's been a long time since a creature of such promise has entered my tomb.
There has to be more to this than a little dreaming.
A very quick learner indeed. You might just make it out of here alive. This is the test. Bind me, and you go free. I'll walk with you a time and see the Empire once more. Fail, and I kill you. And don't bother trying to make a deal with me. I'll not go with you. You have passed the final test. I am now your slave, and my power is yours. I am bound to your life, and you to my death. Use my strength to shield yourself against your foes.
Again, I hear your slithering. Venom-toothed viper. The only cure for madness is madness. What's happened? What did you do to me? You're not my daughter. Bring me that treacherous she-dog so I can cut her open.
This is called the Force Walk. I'm taking your power for my own.
And to think I scoffed when they told me such a ritual existed. Do you really think you can handle my power? It doesn't matter. You won't have me. This is my last stronghold, and I won't be your slave.
I think you misheard. I wasn't asking.
You treacherous.
Take this one's writings and show Thanaton what a good apprentice you've been.
What you wanted.
You've put me in a difficult position. When Zash disobeyed me and had SWTOR killed, tradition demanded that she be killed and her power base destroyed. Believe me when I say I wish that you had stayed in that tomb. It will pain me to watch you die.
Spare me the false tears. I'm ready to fight you.
You are entitled to defend yourself. In fact, I'd expect nothing less. May the Force welcome you with open arms. Kill her. You truly are relentless. I can see now why Zash chose you. But this has carried on long enough. Astonishing. I didn't expect one as reckless as you to have prepared such a defense. Unfortunately for you, I am older and wiser, and studied in rituals you can't even imagine. I have business on Malachor 3. Prepare my ship, and dispose of this mess.
Yes, my lord.
My lord, you're awake. We need to hurry out of here. If Thanaton finds out you're still alive, we're all in trouble.
What happened to me?
Thanaton tried to kill you. Look, I'll explain when we get back to the ship.
You're back.
Thought you were gone. I could get trampled by a bantha herd and not get knocked around as bad as you.
We followed Thanaton's servants, cut them down, and pulled you out of a ditch. You didn't have a pulse at first, but then Carl noticed you were still warm. I don't know how you survived that.
I thought these spirits were supposed to protect me.
That's the remarkable part. As far as I can tell, they did. It seems Thanaton's ritual was too powerful for your shield. But he didn't fully understand the bond between you and the dead. To kill you, he would have had to purge their spirits. You died, and their very presence kept you alive.
That's great, but what do? We can't wait for Thanaton to come back and kill us.
I'll find the most powerful dead in the galaxy, bind them, and take their power. Thanaton won't stand a chance.
It's a gamble. None of us know what the cost of acquiring so much power so quickly could be.
I'm well aware of the cost, but I'll risk it.
We don't exactly have other options, do we?
So where do we find more ghosts?
The Jedi on Taras were investigating something of that nature. I sent a man to investigate shortly before my unfortunate change. I'd have to do more research on the matter to confirm, but I suggest making contact with him.
One won't be enough. When I face Thanaton again, I want to crush him.
I wish we had more to go on, but right now that's all I have.
Corrin and I will dig around too. And we'll keep an eye on Thanaton. If he makes a move, we'll let you know. Good luck, my lord.
Zash, has your research turned up anything else on this terrorist ghost?
Ni pate uvaro wisandan sware kanidene akja swaluda is.
Figures the old lady isn't around when we need her.
Gininakangan gisat.
We can cope without her. What did she say about Terrace?
Something about some Jedi investigating an old Sith ghost. Said she had a Sith on the planet looking into it.
Has your research turned up anything else on this Terrace ghost?
Ni pate uvaro wisandan sware kanidene akja swaluda is.
Figures the old lady isn't around when we need her.
Gininakangan gisat.
We can cope without her. What did she say about Terrace?
Something about some Jedi investigating an old Sith ghost. Said she had a Sith on the planet looking into it. Elios Malice, I think. Surprised there's only one ghost. Story goes, some crazy Darth blew the whole planet to pieces while his own Sith were still on it. Not very practical, but it ain't my business. Anyway, I'd hunt out this Malice guy in the Imperial base and hope he has some answers.
Ja usteans alfras no job.
Diabolus afstop vara.
That's quite enough of you.
Ay kagay papa fraudgens ala pataik galakay in alama.
How was I supposed to know what would happen?
Jawab, mi pane saiso, sum raitis. In piso se waitais bila presen kretai. In pise e wanata atragata injais.
Did Tulak Horde ever switch bodies when you were with him?
Paulos jasir banas ja taimar paus. Aiklas John laune kai in kuda aitin. Warstwe godzai akran. Pyrowanans ja wanjantans in ufkunpa.
I don't suppose you have any idea where to start.
Jawais from Bamadaga, I housed the dedum, nivle ladam. Us miselaikum.